Hi guys, it's Miss P here. This is my first video ever. You know I'm not great with technology. I'm doing it just for you guys. Let's see here. So I'm loving life. I'm having my morning coffee, stocking up on vitamins. I'm reading and I'm relaxing. So I'm going to read you guys a story, Players in Pigtails. I've never read this before, so here we go. Katie Casey wasn't good at being a girl. At least, not the kind of girl everyone thought she should be. Her clothing was crumbled, her knitting was knotted, her dancing was a disaster. We don't have to be perfect, right? And no matter how hard she tried, her heart just wasn't in home ec. But there was one thing Katie was good at: baseball. Katie could catch any ball with any mitt with her eyes closed. She could hit any ball with any bat with one hand behind her back. She preferred sliding to sewing, batting to baking, and home runs to homecoming. Nothing wrong with that. Sounds pretty awesome. Her parents, though, were not at all pleased. Why not piano or painting, they pleaded. What good is baseball to a girl? But Katie wouldn't be swayed. She walked baseball, she talked baseball, she even dreamed baseball. Oh, they don't look so happy. But they should just have her be herself, right? She went to the ballpark every chance she got. She loved the hot dogs and peanuts. Who doesn't? She loved the shouting and the singing, but most of all, she loved watching the professional players play ball. Sometimes she even imagined she was one of them. Every spring, she showed up for the Fairfield High team tryouts, and every spring she was turned away without even given a try. Better stick to ballet, the boys said. What good is baseball to a girl? Time to get her sassy pants on. But baseball was starting to change. America was at war. More and more of the country's boys, including the professional baseball players, were going off to fight. The fields were almost empty and the fans were getting frantic. Uh-oh. Even President Roosevelt was worried. What was a country without a national pastime? What is he gonna do? No one wanted to find out. Finally, Philip Ringley, the owner of the Chicago Cubs, had an idea. If women can work in factories and even join the army, he said, why can't they play ball? Outrageous, everyone said. Look how that's in bold, so I had to shout it out. Girls playing baseball? No one will pay to see girls play baseball. But Mr. Ringley didn't listen. He sent out 30 scouts to find players for his league, the first and only girl professional baseball league. The scouts searched high and low, near and far, and to be perfectly frank, they were flabbergasted by what they found. Ooh, flabbergasted. That's a fun word to say. All over the country, girls were playing ball, and they were playing just as good as the boys. So in Washington, Texas, California, Florida, Louisiana, New York. Oh yeah, represent, ladies. One of them was Katie Casey. Say, sister, said a scout when he saw her curveball, how'd you like to go to Chicago to try out for a real team? Would she? Katie didn't have to think twice. She went straight home and packed her bags, kissed her parents goodbye, and boarded the very nice train. That's a cute dog. When she got to Wrigley Field, she broke into a grin. There were hundreds of girls. There were farm girls and city girls, tall girls and short girls, girls from far away, and girls from down the block. But no matter what they looked like or where they all came from, they had one thing in common. They all loved baseball. Katie had never felt so at home. Sign her up, said the coach of the Kenosha Comets when she saw her swing. The All-American Girl Professional Baseball League was on its way. An exciting time. Everyone was curious about the strange happenings at Wrigley Field. Unheard of, said one of the concerned citizens. Girls don't like sports. Excuse me? It's certainly not ladylike, agreed another. What good is baseball to a girl? Blared the newspaper headlines. The league managers heard the talk and their stomachs started to twitch. They knew their girls were ready to play ball, but maybe the country wasn't quite ready for the girls. The managers decided to launch an emergency campaign to show the country just how ladylike baseball could be. First, they designed special uniforms for the girls to wear. Dresses? Asked Kate, but she shrugged and she put one on. After all, at least she was getting to play ball. Then the manager signed the teams up for charm school. "Pinkies out, girls! Posture!" cried the teacher. "Think swans!" Finally, it was time for the big test. The girls were graceful, they were elegant, they were perfectly charming, and they were ready to play ball. Bring it on. On opening day, 16 swan-like players emerged from each locker room and onto the field. But something just wasn't right. Katie heard it giggling in the stands. It grew louder and louder. "Careful, you might break a nail, girls," someone shouted. "Players in pigtails?" roared the crowd. "Is this a ballpark or a ballroom?" Everyone laughed themselves silly until the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League started to play, and they played by far the best ball any of them had ever played. By the bottom of the ninth, the score was Rockford Peaches 9, Kenosha Comets 6. The bases were loaded, and Katie Casey was at bat for the Comets. She stepped up to the plate and looked out at the stands. She'd been waiting her whole life for this. The pitcher threw the ball. Katie swung. Crack! The ball sailed up into the air. Katie took off running. "Go, go, go, go!" "Prove them wrong, sister." "It's a grand slam! Home run!" shouted the announcer. The crowd went wild, and Katie cheered right along with them. Because for once, no one was asking what good baseball was to a girl. They were all too busy talking about how good girls were for baseball. And that's how it's done. Love y'all. Miss you. Mwah!